Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, Mr. Dai. In this beautiful day, I would like to continue my series of final quiz in numerical method class 02. This is the part 2, where in this video I will explain about the second problem of the quiz, which is an engineering problem using the E5 method. So first of all, the intention of this video, I would like to remind you in the Quran Surah Al-Isra, they ask thee concerning the spirit of inspiration. Say the spirit cometh by command of my Lord. Of knowledge, it is only a little that is communicated to you. So the intention of this video is to edit my learning about the engineering problem using the E5 method that Mr. Dai have always said in class. So the initial thinking of the problem, here we have the helical pipe in which the inlet is in the bottom of the helical pipe and the outlet is on top of the helical pipe. So the height is 3 digits of my last number, my last NPM, which is 196 centimeter. And the coil is 9 and the diameter of the pipe is 1 inch. And then we have the velocity in the inlet, which is 2 millimeter per second, and the temperature of 573 Kelvin. So here we have a 3-dimensional flow, and we have an isothermal flow, isothermal flow, and a steady flow. And the fluid is water in here, or air in Indonesia. So the idealization of this problem, I'm going to use 2 software. The first one is to model the pipe. I use an Inventor Studio. And then the last 3 here, I make a mesh of it. And then I set the boundaries. Here is the inlet and the outlet. And the green one is the wall of the pipe. I'm using, and this is the result. The third, the second and the fourth, from the second to the fourth step, I use ANSYS Fluent. So, without further ado, let me show you how I idealize the problem or the instruction set. So first of all, here I'm going to, excuse me. Oh, let me share the different screen. Wait a second. Okay, I hope you can see it, the Inventor model. Here I'm modeling it using a software called Inventor. So here is the sketch. We have a diameter of the pipe, which is 1 inch. I'm using a centimeter here, so that's why it's 12.7. But I'm using not 1 inch, but half an inch. And let me tell you why. One moment here. So because my last digit of NPM is 196. If I use the diameter of 1 inch, it will not generate the coil because it will, how can you say, bertabrakan, or it is bigger and it cannot be done because my 3 digit of NPM is too small. That's why I'm using only half an inch for the diameter of the pipe. Okay. After that, I'm gonna coil it again, but this time I will cut through it so that I can get the sort of like a wall of the pipe. Okay, I think that's it for the modeling. After that, I'm going to here export it using a CAD format of STP here, MatNumPy. I name it MatNumPy in the MatNum folder. So after that, we're going to use a workbench of ANSYS. Moment here. Okay. So this is the setup. This is my last setup, which I failed, but it's okay. I've learned from my mistake. So this is the new setup that uh, I've set it before. So here we're going to input the geometry by right click in the geometry, and then sorry, here if I make a new one here, import geometry, and then using the MatNumPy file, we're going to import it. But I've done it, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use my last work here. After that, we're going to edit the geometry in a space claim here. So in this in space claim, we're going to prepare the model before we mesh it. So first of all, you have to check if there is if you have to repair some of the geometry here. For instance, there is a stitch, there is a gaps, missing face, or even split edges. You can click to it, and if the information tells you that there is an area that is missing face, you just have to click on the face, and then it will automatically repair it for you. After there is no area found of the mistake, you can prepare your model. So in here, you have to extract the volume. You can done it by volume extract, and then use the select edge tool, and you have just to click the edges here in the inlet and then in the outlet. All you have to do is click, and then it's going to make sort of like a volume geometry here inside the helical pipe wall. So here, if I have to, you can see this is the volume geometry, and this is the wall of the pipe. Yes, you can see it, right? Okay. After that, you're gonna minimize that tab, and then by clicking the geometry and update it. So after you update the geometry, you're gonna have to set up the mesh. Here you can just right click and then edit it, and it will open a new windows here. I've done it before, but basically all you have to do is mesh it here, right click the mesh, and then just generate the mesh. Here I have the mesh generated. I'm just using a general meshing by default on the app. If you want to do like, let's say you want to focus on this area of the meshing, you can just edit it so that the mesh generated in here will become more saturated than the rest of the wall here. Then after that, you're gonna name the selection. For instance, here I have the outlet, inlet, and then the solid wall of the pipe, and then the fluid wall or the fluid volume inside the wall. How can you do it? All you have to do is just here, select the face. For example, I want to select this here, select the inlet, and then all you have to do is right click it and create name selection, and then you're going to name it, for example, inlet. That's it. And for the solid wall, all I have to do is here I'm going to hide the body. So this is showing only visible to the inside volume of the flow. And all you have to do is right click and click it, and then right click and create name selection. And you can name it fluid volume. It's the same for the wall. All you have to do is right click here and then show body and then hide body, and you have the wall. And just name the selection to solid wall. Okay. After that, after you generate the mesh and name the selection, you're going to set up the calculation. All you have to do is right click the setup and then edit, and it will pop up a new window here. So in this section, first of all, okay. Let me minimize all the tab here. So there is a setup in your left windows. First of all, you can generate the material here because we're going the fluid that we're going to use is water. You're going to double click it, the fluid. Wait a second. It will pop up a new window. Okay. Where is it? Sorry. Oh, you have to right click and then click new. So it will pop a new window like this. If you are first time using the ANSYS, it will not generate the water liquid. You have to edit yourself using this Fluent database. Just click it and then search for water here. Search for, sorry, here, water liquid, and then just click copy, and then it will come right after here in the maximize type and in the maximize tab, which is water liquid. So in order for you to add the water liquid to the flow here, the fluid, you have to double click it. Okay, second here. And then you have to choose the water liquid for the fluid wall. Or yeah, and then click apply and close the tab. Okay, wait a second. It's a little bit laggy in here. Okay. So after that, you have, yeah, the setup is done. Now is for the solution. Now for the solution, wait a second. Oh, you have to, you have, okay. I think I'm here in the models. You have also have to make the energy on by clicking this check window because we have to add temperature in the inlet. That's why we have to on the energy in here. Okay, after that, we can go to the next step, which is setting the inlet. Here, just double click the inlet, and here you can see, okay, right. Interesting. But yeah, I'm sorry I cannot get this thing too large. Okay, here you go. So the momentum, first of all, you set the momentum. The velocity of the magnitude in the problem is 2 millimeter per second. And the thermal temperature is 573 in the inlet. You have to click apply and then close it. And that's it. You can go to the next step, which is in the solution. Here you can run the calculation. Let's say you run the iteration for 1000 and then just click calculate, and it will automatically calculate your model. Okay. So after you done the calculate here, there will be a message in the console windows, which is done calculation. All you have to do is going back to the workbench and then here, clicking the result and right click the result and then click edit, and you will come to the next windows here. So in order for you to be able to see the calculation, you have to, first of all, here, let's say you want to see the velocity on the volume of the flow. Here you have a vector right here. Just right click it and name it, let's say vector 2. And then location is in the all domains here, domain. And then for the location is in the, where is it? The fluid wall. I'm sorry. I think it's in the contact region. And then all you have to do is click apply. And if you want to see it, you can check the toolbox here. Here, I have done it previously in the vector 1. So this is the velocity that going through the inside of the pipe. As you can see, in the inside of the pipe, it's lesser velocity and then the more outside of the pipe here. As shown in the figure, the maximum velocity here, which is comes from the red color all the way down to the blue color. And we can see here the inside of the circle here have a minimum velocity than the outside of the circle here. And yeah, that's for the velocity. And then let's say you want to see the you wanted to see the pressure, temperature, and velocity. Here you can click the volume rendering. Just name it, maybe pressure render or temperature render or velocity. And you just have to click the domains to be fluid wall, and then the variable, let's say pressure, and the resolution, maybe 20, or if you want to higher resolution, you can type 50. Click apply and wait for it to be done. Second here. And then you have it. So in the inlet of the pipe, of the helical pipe, we can see that it reached the maximum pressure all the way to the outlet, which is give us the minimum pressure. Okay. Yeah, as you can see in the figure right here. So next one, maybe you want to see the temperature. Just click the temperature and click apply. And yeah, as you can see here, the temperature from the inlet is hotter than the outlet. As you can see in the figure right here. And yeah, if you want, this is, I've done it with the pressure, with the temperature, and the velocity. So next one, let's say you want to animate the fluid particle that is going through the pipe. You can use the streamline here. Just click the streamline. Okay, I've done it before, so let's see. So you have to click the domain to be fluid wall, and then the starting point from your inlet. And let's say you want to render 300 point here. So there's like 300 particle point in the inlet. But if you want to like get a higher resolution, you can always hire this point. Let's say 500 or maybe 1000. So after that, you can see here, this is the one that I've done running before. So we can animate this timeline using the animation bar here. Oops, I cannot. Yeah, I cannot Okay. Here I hope you can see the animation toolbar, but all you have to do is click the name of the stream and then just wait a second. Okay, just animate it, and then as you can see, there's a particle. Okay, it's a little bit laggy in my computer. Just wait a second here. Hmm. Okay, but you get the point. There will be like a particle. You can visualize the particle running from the uh, volume of the flow here using the animation timeline. Okay, I think that's it for the instruction set of the engineering problem using the E5 method. Yeah, I guess that's all from me. So in conclusion, you have to set the E5 method give me easier understanding of the method and give me a systematically instruction set in order for me to solve it. Okay, I think that's all from me. I hope my video can help you get or grasp the better understanding of the E5 method in order to solve an engineering problem. Yeah, that's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.